January 7th, 2023, my cameraman Eric Maweu and I arrive at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport as we prepare to board our flight KQ0766 to OR Tambo International Airport in Johannesburg, South Africa. Quite historic for me because for the first time in my travel history, I will be heading to the Rainbow Nation without a visa. The flight time between Nairobi and Johannesburg is about 4 hours. Yes, as of 1st January 2023, Kenyan travelers holding ordinary passports can now travel to South Africa visa-free. This is after the two countries signed an agreement on 9th of November 2022 following a 2-day visit by South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa.
We agreed that indeed Kenyans should be able to visit South Africa without requiring them to have visas, and that this dispensation will commence on the 1st of January in 2023.
I want to thank President Ramaphosa for working with my team and myself to eliminate some of the barriers that we have. Our ministers have instructions that South Africa and Kenya are in one neighborhood, and South Africa and Kenya hold the potential of unleashing the opportunities in our continent by working together.
While in the past you would be asked to show a valid visa while checking in, this time round, no such a question except a valid passport and a yellow fever vaccination card. This is the new norm, and according to Catherine Muigai Mwangi, Kenya's High Commissioner to South Africa, the agreement is a long-awaited for and a highly welcomed move.
It's been a discussion that has gone on for a long time, but we managed to crack it during my tenure, of course. So that for me is a source of pride and is a source of satisfaction that we've managed to achieve this. And I just want to say that again, a demonstration of the relationship between our two countries and the appreciation of the importance of Kenya and South Africans continuing to cooperate on issues, not just bilateral, but continental and on the multilateral level, because I believe that we are very like-minded. Kenya and South Africa have the same general principles and same guiding beliefs, and therefore we find ourselves cooperating on many issues to do with the continent and even on the multilateral level.
The visa-free policy now allows you to stay in South Africa for not more than 90 days per entry.
Kenya has allowed South Africans visa-free for a long time. South Africans, as long as you're coming into Kenya for less than 30 days, you can go to Kenya and just have your passport stamped and you enter the country. So this was really just, it's reciprocal really, which is correct in diplomacy.
The increase in the number of Kenyans traveling to South Africa visa-free is also felt in the numbers registered by Kenya Airways, according to the airline's cargo and passenger operations manager for South Africa, Patrick Mulei.
Most of the Kenyans are coming here for business, that is corporate, and the other ones are coming here as tourists from Europe, from USA. We have Kenyans who are now coming to visit South Africa. Immediately in January 1st, 2 families took the whole business class of 30 passengers. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I was talking to them and they said, the 2 gentlemen said that they were looking for a treat of their family. And so they took advantage of the free visa.
So what does visa-free travel mean to the ties between Kenya and South Africa? First, according to the High Commissioner, this is a confirmation that Kenyans have a good record in South Africa.
We can give credit to Kenyans and Kenyans' behavior in South Africa. I think that did contribute. And it's just going to continue contributing, because I don't believe Kenyans are just going to get onto a flight and come to South Africa to do nothing. Kenyans will actually contribute to the economy of this country. You have Kenyans coming here for business, you have Kenyans coming here as tourists, you have Kenyans coming here. And at the end of the day, they will leave money here. So I think it's a win-win situation. It's a win-win situation for Kenya because now one can come in and out as they please to do business, but it's also a win-win for South Africa because we are bringing in foreign exchange and growing, the trade relations between the two countries.
Generally, during the December holiday season, there is an increase in travelers between the two countries, and with Kenya Airways doing well on the route, the timing of the visa-free policy couldn't have been better.
We have been having 3 flights daily from Nairobi to Joburg and back direct. 2 of them have been Dreamliners, and one of them has been a 737-800. We also have a 4th flight which was introduced in December. The 4th flight operates from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which is a 737. It leaves Joburg very early in the morning at 6, and you are in Nairobi at 10 to do your business. It has been a very popular flight. We have direct flights, Cape Town, Nairobi.
We have a lot of our young people coming here for higher education, high school education. But importantly, we have amazing cooperation between higher institutions of learning of South Africa and Kenya. There's a lot of partnerships between universities here and universities in Kenya. And we have professors here who are actually supervising students in Kenya for their PhD, for their master's. So there's a very rich cooperation agreement between Kenya and South Africa's higher institution of learning.
You find that KQ761, the morning flight, is a mix of tourists and the corporate customers. 763, mainly people connecting beyond Nairobi to Europe, India, and other places, West Africa. Then that is the normal person traveling, families and all that. Then we have night flight, 765, which leaves here at after midnight. That one is mainly corporate customers and a very popular flight.
Kenya Airways entered into partnership with South African Airways, and again, this is important when it comes to people-to-people relations.
Kenya Airways is extremely important. As you know, South African Airlines is no longer flying to Kenya, so the only direct flight between these two countries is Kenya Airways. So they have contributed a lot because Kenya Airways has put capacity into this market, both for passenger and for cargo. It continues therefore to contribute to movement, not just of people, but of goods, which is extremely important as we try to grow trade between the two nations.
Commercial diplomacy has been a key guiding principle in Kenya's relations with the world. This is directly linked to movement of people.
Kenya continues to explore new areas, whether it's from different countries or in countries that they are already cooperating with. And that South Africa is a huge market. It has huge opportunity, from trade to education opportunities to shared experiences. And that there's opportunity to look at where does South Africa have competitive advantage and what skills can we learn, what skills can we adopt from this country, and that it's not always about competition. I think there's a lot of opportunity for cooperation. One of our priorities right now is to unlock trade from Kenya to South Africa. We have an imbalance of trade in favor of South Africa, and it's a huge imbalance. And this is one of the things that we are working on. How do we unlock this so that we try and balance this trade? And the areas where we see as a first priority, import into South Africa from Kenya must be tea, coffee, fresh flowers. Those are quick wins. Beef products, milk and milk products. So that is what we are working on. Because currently the imports, we have, yes, a few flowers coming in, some coffee, some tea, but in very, very, very small quantities. The exports from here into Kenya, of course, is motor vehicle and motor vehicle parts. A lot of fresh fruit, of course, wine, and medicines and components of medicines.
It is the hope of all stakeholders that the visa-free deal ushers in new opportunities for the two countries.
And complementarity. And I think that's an area where Kenya and South Africa can work very well together. And expertise is not just on the South African side. We have expertise in Kenya that South Africans can learn from. So I just see that there's a wholesome element of this relationship.